Let's learn something by doing something else. Okay, so here's the situation. You've been struggling all day, all week really, trying to figure out the volume of an irregular solid. Like this thing. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to do it. So you know the formulas for like a rectangular prism, length times width times height, or a sphere, 4/3 pi r cubed, but none of that really fits. It would be an approximation to your solid, and you really need this to be accurate. Say, for instance, you're trying to figure out if a king's crown is totally gold. How would you do that, you might ask? See, if you were posed with a problem that you wanted to find out if something was pure gold, you know the density of gold. So if you can figure out the mass accurately and the volume accurately, you'd be able to tell if the thing that you have is gold. I can tell you right now that this thing is not gold. And to do this accurately, you really need an accurate answer for volume. So since you've been working on it so long and you're getting frustrated and you're getting tired, so you just decide, I'm going to step back for a second, I'm going to take a bath. So you go to your bathroom, you start filling up the tub, and then you realize it's going to take forever, so then you go down, you make yourself a sandwich or something, you go back up to the bathroom, and oh my god, the water's about to overflow. So you gotta act fast. You're like, I gotta turn this off, and then it's at the top. There is no more room for water. And because you've had such a long day, and you just want this bath, and you don't really want to waste water because, you know, the California, and then you wonder, how bad could it be? So you stick your foot in, and the water falls out of the tub. Now, if you weren't just working tirelessly on trying to figure out the volume of an irregular solid, you might just be really pissed off that, you know, there's water all over your floor now, and now you got to go clean it up and all that. But you weren't. You were working on that problem. So you realize, oh, well, I wonder exactly how much water just fell out of the tub. And it turns out that exactly the volume that you put into it just fell out of the tub. This story reportedly happened to Archimedes in the year 250 BC. This is that famous problem where, like, he realizes it and then he runs out into the street when he still, like, didn't get changed or anything. He's still naked from the tub and he's like, Eureka! So this is just an example of how you can be working on something and then you go and do something totally different and it teaches you about the thing that you were struggling on. And that got me thinking about the whole thing, and I kind of realized that you can do that with almost anything. It's not specific to figuring out the volume of an irregular solid and taking a bath. So to give you another example and to make this a little bit more personal for me, I'm going to do an example with my love of golf and growing this YouTube channel. Now, I could talk forever about golf because I think golf is just a philosophically beautiful game, but I'm going to try and, you know, break it down for you if you haven't played golf or if you just want to know, like, the specifics that I'm going to be talking about. So when you play golf, you start on one end of a big field and you have to get this little tiny white ball into a 4 1/4 inch diameter hole, like hundreds of yards away. And to be extra cruel, the golf course actually tells you how many strokes or swings of the golf club it should take you. Sidebar, this reminds me of one of those things that just, like, bothers me really a lot. As a player of the sport, you want to be below par. You want to be like birdies, eagles, albatrosses. But in the rest of the world, if you are above par, say at your job, then that means you're doing a good job. I just don't understand why you would take something from golf and then not use it the same way as golf. Like, if you did good at your job, they should say, oh, nice birdie on that, or something like that. I don't know. I'm getting fired up and this is off topic. Anyway, now if you've ever played golf, you know that sometimes the ball just won't go where you want it to go. And like, you can have a little bit too much bend in your elbow when you swing, or you just set the ball in the wrong part of your stance and it's a little bit too far forward, and then you send it into the trees or worse, into the pond. And if you're not used to that kind of a thing, then you just don't know what happened. You don't recognize the kinds of things that make that, you know, a problem. But the best golfers have this nice, smooth, relaxed swing that just, like, you just watch it and you're like, how did the ball even go that far? It looks like you didn't even hit it. The secret was practice. This kind of skill to be able to hit the golf ball and have it land in a predictable place nearly every time is a well-practiced skill. These great players like Rory McIlroy and Jason Day and the used-to-be great Tiger Woods, they are always practicing. They are always out there swinging thousands of swings to be able to get that kind of a result. Now I'm going to have to stop talking about golf for a second, and I could talk about golf forever, so if you ever want me to just rant about golf, because I have a lot of things I could say about it, just let me know down in the comments. Now I'm going to try and transition into how golf, this thing that I just described, relates to building a YouTube channel. And if you haven't noticed by now, building a YouTube channel should be totally different than playing golf. But the curious thing is that you can actually draw a lot of parallels between those two things. The most obvious thing that you can do is compare yourself to other YouTubers out there that have been creating content for years now. And this can be troubling because if I make a video, and my videos are the golf ball, I swing that golf ball and I upload it to YouTube and it veers off into the trees or into the pond. And I have no idea why, because I'm new to YouTube and I don't really get the whole thing. Like, I had to learn even how to jump cut, because you don't think about it, but it's kind of hard to know when to end jump cut. Meanwhile, when I compare myself to the professional YouTubers out there, they swing their ball and it looks effortless and it's perfect, pretty much. I mean, there's nothing that can even deviate sometimes between that and, like, professional TV. Not to mention that, I mean, when you're starting out, by definition, you have nothing. You have not built anything yet. So when you go to your YouTube channel and there's only one video on there, and then you can compare yourself to the people that have thousands and thousands of videos on their channel, it can seem pathetic. And if the goal of golf is to get the ball in the hole 18 times, because there's 18 holes on a golf course, and let's just say that the 18th hole is the 1,000 video mark, or whatever you want to say your goal is. Forgive me while I do some math. 1,000 divided by 18, that's 55 and a half videos. That's an immense amount of work that you have to put in just for 55 videos. It can seem like it's hundreds of yards away when you start out. And some of those projects might be that you start it and then you realize halfway through that it's not really a good project. Like, I've done this kind of a thing like 3 times before actually choosing this story. It can get frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. But one of the most important lessons that I've ever learned from golf is the only shot that matters is the one that you're taking right now. You can't affect the shots that you've already hit, and you don't know the shots that you're gonna have to take. You just take the one that's in front of you and you make it better than the last one. Alright everybody, that's been the video. Thank you so much for watching. I am The Intelligent, signing off. Cold coffee. Okay, I lied. I'm sorry. I'm back really fast. I just wanted to show you my new outro screen. Let me know what you think about it. Social medias are over here. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Go check out my blog, www.theintelligentproject.com. I think you can just click the WordPress icon over here. This other video that I made, the first one of my channel, go ahead and check that out. Usually this box will be filled with a different video, not like one that I specifically make for it, so look for that in the future. Let me know what you think. Again, all feedback is good feedback, so I'll catch you guys later. Thank you.